Live from JMT Studios, Gary Seisel and Adam Buckingham are the Two Jersey Kids.
Hey guys, Two Jersey Kids here. I am one of your hosts, Adam Buckingham, alongside my good friend of 10 years, Gary Seisel. How you doing, Gary?
Doing well on this fine September evening.
Hopefully we won't have technical issues like we did all last week. Again, I apologize for that. But we're doing another episode of the games releasing this week. We originally called it the Jersey Drop, but we realized it was kind of confusing because it didn't explain anything that was happening that week. So we're just going to call it games releasing this week, and then just name the week that's occurring. Make sense, Gary?
Simple enough.
Simple enough. On to the games. Let's go! So it's for the week of September 26th to September 30th. Even though I skip some days because the games that are released that day, I don't have any interest in them, and they're not huge games, so I just, pass them by. Sorry, not sorry. All right, released September 27th, this Tuesday. First game on the list is FIFA 17. I'm pretty sure you've heard of it, and I'm sure you all out there have heard of it. FIFA 17 is going to be released on PC, PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, and Xbox One. Yes, it's still coming to the previous generation. FIFA 17 immerses you in authentic football experience by leveraging the sophistication of a new game engine, complete innovation in the way players think and move. Sorry, I thought it was more. I can't read my screen apparently. Physically interact with opponents and execute an attack lets you own every moment on the pitch. On Metacritic, it received 86 out of 24 reviews, which is pretty solid, and FIFA is always a solid game to get. It's a huge game. It always tops the charts. Thoughts on it, Gary?
Yeah, I'm not actually a huge soccer fan, but I have to say that these games have always impressed me because they're always really, really fluid in the animations, and the gameplay is usually pretty easy to get the hang of, at least the basic gameplay. But I've always enjoyed playing it with friends for the most part. I know friends that really, really take this game seriously and play it a lot. But yeah, I'm excited to see this game, and honestly, maybe I will buy it in the future.
Completely agree. FIFA is always pretty inviting as a gameplay aspect. It's pretty simple. Sometimes you can have beginner luck and actually beat your friends that have played this game for a long period of time. That's a shout out to you, Brandon. I kicked your ass. Beat you in penalty kicks, but it still counts. But yeah, we continue. I wanted to say something. Oh, I remember what I wanted to say. College is where FIFA is all over the place. University of Maryland. I remember freshman year walking up and down the hallways. Everyone's playing FIFA, especially one room. Played it all night. They probably had nothing to do because some freshman year in college, you don't really. It's not too hectic. But yeah, they're playing FIFA all the time. But yeah, that FIFA's huge in college. All right, now moving on. Sorry for the confusion. Next game on the list, XCOM 2 is finally coming to PS4 and Xbox One. Earth has changed and is now under alien rule. Facing impossible odds, you must rebuild XCOM and ignite a global resistance to reclaim our world and save humanity. Take command of the Avenger, an alien supply craft converted to XCOM's mobile headquarters. You decide where to guide your strike team, how to expand your support, and when to combat enemy counter operations. On the computer when it originally came out, it received a Metacritic score of 88 from 104 reviews, which is pretty solid. You have any thoughts on XCOM, Gary?
Yeah. So bear with me. I haven't played it in probably 3 or 4 years, but I used to play with a friend. He had an Xbox 360, and we would hang out a lot. So the game was actually pretty fascinating to me, even though I didn't own it. I used to love playing and kind of just figuring out ways to take out the enemy and stuff like that. But what was really unfortunate for us was that apparently there was a scratch on the disc.
Oh.
And we got to a certain point in the game every time, and it would just freeze, and we couldn't beat it. So that was pretty heartbreaking. Yeah.
That's heartbreaking. I know XCOM is known for its difficulty. And that's why, fun fact, the reason they went with this, the aliens taking over the world, they received data from the first game about which ending was completed, whether you lost or you won, like you defeated the alien race, and a good percentage didn't win. So that's why they went with this as their continuation of the story.
That's actually one of the coolest things I've actually ever heard.
Yeah, it's
live and learn.
Cool. You live it and you learn. It's all because you guys suck out there and you lose. That's why the aliens took over. That's what happens. That's what's going to happen in the future. Because we're all dumb. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously. All right, moving on. Hitman Episode 5 Colorado is being released for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. The story mission for Episode 5 is titled, quote, Freedom Fighters, end quote, and it is not one to be taken lightly. Agent 47 must infiltrate a Colorado farm compound that has been converted into a private militia training camp with 4 targets to locate and take out. This will be an intense infiltration mission and the toughest assignment yet for Agent 47. I have to say this episodic thing for Hitman is kind of a smart idea, because I remember playing Hitman games previously on PS3. There was one free for PS Plus. I was shocked at how much fun it is to go around the levels and trying to find the proper solution to beat. Well, there's multiple ways to beat it. But are you familiar with Hitman games, like the gameplay of it?
I am not, and it's kind of a travesty because I really love that whole type of assassin genre.
So it's just kind of goofy at the same time, where you can go around and essentially either knock out or kill random people, and if they're a certain type, you can take their disguise, and then you're that type of person. So you can be a delivery person, and then you walk by security guards, and they think you're a delivery person. But if you see another person that's also delivering stuff, they know that's not you. So you have to be strategic in finding different disguises, and it's you should look up videos of people playing it. I actually was watching, I think Giant Bomb playing it the other day. It's really fun. It's you can do a lot of different things. It's kind of goofy at the same time. So if you're anyone Hitman fans out there, Episode 5 is being released. Moving on. Mount and Blade Warband is coming to PS4 and Xbox One. In a land torn asunder by infinite warfare, it's time to assemble your own band of hardened warriors and enter the fray. Lead your men into battle, expand your realm, and claim the ultimate prize, the throne of Colradia. Come on, people. Let's make stuff that's easy to pronounce for me. Come on. I'm not the smartest. That's why we lose to the aliens, because I'm dumb. All right. On Metacritic, when it was released on PC, it received a 78 from 23 reviews. I'm pretty certain it's kind of like a strategy game. I could be wrong. I think it was I don't want to say anything where it's wrong. So
is it more of a is it more of a medieval type of setting with the band of warriors that you're leading?
I believe it is. I think it's sort of a combat simulation, but I don't want to say that for sure. I don't want to be criticized by it. But let me see. Let me see if I can find video specifically of what you do. But that's always... Yeah, I think it's like battle simulation. So it's positive on Steam, apparently, so that's good. Moving on from that train wreck. All right, Sonic Boom Fire and Ice, another one of the Sonic Boom games coming to 3DS. Sonic Boom Fire and Ice is a single-player game with the collaborative gameplay components that share key characters, events, and lore of the Sonic Boom universe. Players see Sonic and his friends in familiar settings as they embark on a brand new adventure to battle Dr. Eggman, and as well as an all-new supervillain, Defect. 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 Oh, puns. The team's adventures brings them to locations both familiar and new as they explore, race, and protect their world. To create an entirely new experience, Sonic Boom Fire and Ice infuses fire and ice elements throughout the gameplay, enabling new abilities to play out in special character moves and interactions with environments. The new title also delivers gameplay that enables players to run through the game at top speed or take their time with deeper exploration and puzzle play. Now, the interesting thing here is, Gary, is the fact that the two previous Sonic games, Sonic Boom games, received a 32 and a 47 on Metacritic. And they're infamously horrible. Horrible. I encourage all of you to go out and watch Game Grumps play Sonic Boom, the one for Wii U. It's ridiculous how much you can cheat that game. It's made super poorly. I'm confused why they would use this name and not, just go Sonic Fire and Ice. Why continue with the Sonic Boom when it has such a bad memory of having two awful games, one for Wii U and one for 3DS? It makes no sense.
It's basically just bad marketing on their part.
The marketing major over here letting us know it's bad marketing. Shots at Sega. Psh, psh. Okay, I'm done. I'm going to stop now. All right, Dead Rising 2 is being released on retail. PC, PS4, and Xbox One. In the sequel to Dead Rising, players step into the shoes of Chuck Green, professional motorcycle racer surrounded by a horde of hungry zombies in spectacular casino town of Fortune City. Chuck finds himself in a race against time to find Zombrex, the one thing that can keep Katie, his daughter, alive. Now I remember playing Dead Rising 2. It was cool slaying the zombies. Not a huge fan of it. I don't like time constraints when I play games. That is one of my pet peeves. I hate when there's a time ticking down of when I have to complete something.
Halo.
Let me do something on my own time. Well, at least in that it was suspenseful. It made sense. It's not the whole game. It's one level.
True.
I can't deal with that. Okay, I'm done. Thoughts, Gary, on time constraints?
They suck very much, and I completely agree with you.
All right, moving on. River City Tokyo Rumble coming to 3DS. Follow the story of hot-blooded high school student named Kunio and his good friends. When a nefarious gang moves into Tokyo to try to take it over, it's up to you, this self-proclaimed, quote, fighter for justice, end quote, and his buddies to make sure streets stay safe. Punch, kick, use weapons such as soccer balls, iron knuckles, chains, and even bicycles to knock some sense in those devious gang members. That sounds like a hoot, Gary.
Indeed.
Okay. Next game, Arcade Archives, Contra, coming to the PS4. Contra is an action game released by Konami in 1987. Soldiers Bill and Lance work to stop the destruction of Earth and challenge an alien threat with incredible weapons and guerrilla tactics. Not gonna lie, I did not know there were aliens in Contra. Classic game. Maybe I'll check it out. It's probably not too much on the PS Store, so yeah, if you're interested in playing an old game, Contra, go check it out, people. All right, Darkest Dungeon coming to PS4 and Vita. That's exciting. Vita always needs games because Vita's awesome. Darkest Dungeon is an award-winning gothic roguelike RPG and about the psychological stresses of adventuring. Recruit, train, and lead a team of flawed heroes against an unimaginable horror-stretched famine, disease, and ever-encroaching dark. You can keep your heroes together when all hope is lost? Question mark? Or can you keep... Yeah. Why did I say question mark every time? I should be able to read properly. It was originally released on PC, now coming to PS4. It received an 84 from Metacritic from 55 reviews. I'm actually pretty excited about this one. It just looks fascinating, the roguelike element, where if someone dies in your party, you lose completely. And I've heard some certain people playing it stating that if one person of your party member dies, like that could affect other people down the line. It also affects the order in which you place people, because somebody's not nearly as brave as up front. That can negatively affect them going through the dungeon. I'm really excited to look into this and play this. It releases tomorrow, so I'm pretty pumped. I think I'm gonna get it because again, it's one of those smaller games, so I'm not gonna be spending too much on it. So that's always a plus. Next game on the list, Lichtspiel. Coming to PS4 only. Lichtspiel is an action arcade light spear throwing simulator based in an ancient Germanic future. In a land filled with worse zombies and hipster ice giants, survival is an art. Grab your light spear, become a Germanaut, and traverse lands straight out of Germanic myth. Survive with style and expand your powers to fight for glory and amusement of the almighty gods. Not gonna lie, the art style looked really good. Thoughts, Gary? Any thoughts? Moving on.
Hipster ice giants?
Question mark? Yeah,
very interesting enemy types there.
You know, they were there first, obviously. All right. Valhalla Hills is coming to Xbox One. Lead your people, survive the wilderness, fight for honor, reclaim your eternal reward. Brand new strategy game from the developers Culture and Settlers 2. If originally came to PC, Metacritic score of 69 to 26. Looked like a city builder, an old-time city builder. Interesting. Zeros. It's like Z in front of heroes. Heroes. Sure. Pure action fights in a sci-fi setting. The galaxy must be saved by the Zeros special agents with punches and high-tech weapons. Fight against the robotic army of Dr. Vendetta. What's with these names? And mess up his plans to turn every living creature into an odd and hostile minion. Really, Dr. Vendetta? Could you not think of just a normal name? Why does he obviously have to be the bad guy? Why? I
thought it was pretty clever.
You thought? Oh, shut up, Gary. Moving on. Oh, on Metacritic, received 57 from 13 reviews. That's not that great. Okay, Wednesday. What's being released Wednesday? Only one game. Wand Wars. Coming to PS4. Wand Wars is a fast-paced magical sports game. Players ride brooms on over ancient areas, cast arcane spells, and turn opponents into adorable chickens. Try to control a powerful sphere that bounces around the arena, increasing speed and size over time. Sounds a little bit like Quidditch.
These games are bizarre sounding.
Not gonna lie, sounds pretty awesome.
Cast arcane spells and turn opponents into adorable chickens?
Who doesn't love chickens? Not gonna lie, they're adorable. Honestly, it sounds like a cool co-op game. I don't know if it's gonna be any great local co-op with your friends. God, I miss doing that. Maybe one day, if you guys keep following us at Two Jersey Kids and make us huge, and then we can do that. Invite you guys all onto the show so we have friends to play with. Because we're so lonely. All right, 2 games released on Thursday, September 29th. Quantum Break is coming to Steam. PC retail. Originally came to Xbox One. Quantum Break blurs the line between television and gameplay, intriguing the two into one seamless, unique, immersive experience. Quantum Break weaves the cinematic action of intense gameplay with the tension and drama of scripted television, creating a world where each has a direct impact on the other. Received a Metacritic score of 77 from 105 reviews. I heard it was okay. It was pretty solid. The whole TV aspect was a little wasn't too great, but it's an interesting concept, weaving in a gameplay, and whatever you do in the game affects what happens in the quote TV show, but the TV show is in the game, so it's not like being sent out to cable networks. It's just you watch a TV show for 30 minutes, because I heard most of the time when the TV show came on, people just like took a break and weren't paying too much attention to it, but I could be wrong. Tweet at me at Two Jersey Kids if you have any thoughts. Any thoughts, Gary, or do you want me to move on?
Keep on rolling.
Keep on rolling. The last game on the list, Soul Axiom, coming to Wii U. Wii U finally getting another game. From the studio that brought you Master Reboot comes a first-person, story-driven adventure puzzle game set in the beautiful, haunting cyberworld of Alicia. Collect unique hand powers, discover multiple endings, and choose your own destiny as you unravel the mystery of your digital afterlife. I think it originally came to PS4, and on Metacritic it did a little poorly with 47 from 9 reviews. So maybe, read the reviews, see what people like and dislike. Maybe it'll be something you like. Maybe it's a little guilty pleasure that we talked about on episode 4. Go check it out if you haven't heard it. But yeah, so now after we read through all this, we're going to try to do our picks of what game we think you should, take a look at. Maybe not buy. I don't have your financials plans in front of you, so we're not going to suggest buy it, but take a look at it. Gary, what is your pick this week? What fancies you? What did you think out of that list would fancy you and you would enjoy?
All right, well, I have my top pick, which is XCOM 2. Basically, because of my past experience with the game, I really enjoyed it, and I would like to see maybe the next chapter in what the game has to offer. However, I will say that after hearing about what was called Darkest Dungeon, I have to say it does sound very interesting. I'm a big fan of RPGs. I really like the roguelike sort of genre.
This bastard is stealing my pick, ladies and gentlemen.
And I'll let you explain the rest about the game, but yes, XCOM 2, definitely my top pick.
He just took Darkest Dungeon. He took 2, ladies and gentlemen. He took 2 out of... That's... F you, Gary.
It was an honorable...
You spoiled my pick.
It was an honorable mention. Honorable
mention. Well, as Gary already kindly gave away, my pick this week is Dark Dungeon. I'm always a fan of the smaller games. Specifically now that I work, I like the smaller games where maybe it doesn't take too much of your time. I don't know if Darkest Dungeon is that long. I probably should look into that. But if it's something that I'm really into and I can pick up, it just, from images I see, and it's just fascinating. I'm just really excited to look into it, and I hear good things. So that would be my pick for you guys to check into it if you're into roguelikes and certain RPG style. That's wraps it up for this week. The games being released this week. So all you listeners, thank you again for listening. All you new listeners, we love you. Thanks for being here. Please subscribe to us. Leave us a review on iTunes because those reviews are great. Getting those 5-star reviews are fantastic. Please give us 5 stars. Please. I will get down on my hands and knees. But anything left from you, Gary?
No, I just wanted to say it's been great to get back into the podcast again after last week's disastrous technical issues. But I'm happy to be here, and I will catch you guys on Friday.
Yes, let's hope we don't lose this episode. But again, thank you all for being here. Please follow us at 2 Jersey Kids. We love you all. Have a great week. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Gary and Adam have left the building.